Greetings, this is the Instrument Sidekick video for the Trombone Book 1. Page 2, opening the case, which is one page in from this. This is page 1, it just says Trombone Book 1. You should have a book like this if you're watching this video. Trombone Book 1, okay? Make sure it says trombone. It won't be too useful if you're trying to learn about how to play the trombone in a book that doesn't say trombone on it. It'll say Instrument Sidekick here. Now, it may not be green, okay? Mine happens to be green, but yours might not. Go figure. All right? But this is the book that you need. You would open up to that second page, page 2, opening the case. Opening the case, there's a couple pictures here, which remind us that you should open it up on the floor or some kind of flat surface, maybe on your bed or if there's a table big enough, I guess, but usually people don't want this on their table. So probably on the floor, though. That makes a lot of sense. All right. And you need to be able to open it properly, so let me point out a couple things that'll help you out before you try and open up your case. Also, be warned, throughout this entire series, I highly suggest, given the current situation of teaching, that to make sure everything's safe, since you might be trying some things before you've had a lesson with me, make sure for each page you watch the video for that page from beginning to end before you do anything that video says to do, okay? These videos are intended to teach you how to do it, but there's a whole lot of information that you might hear me say one thing and start to immediately do it and totally miss some warnings afterwards about what not to do. So I want you to make sure you've heard each of these videos from beginning to end to make sure that you know everything I want you to know about that particular page before you try to do it. So always watch the video, then do what the video was telling you, okay? So, don't open your case yet, all right? There's some important things you need to know. For one, you want it right side up. Now, there is a lid and a bottom. How do you know which one is which? Well, the handle is going to be underneath the lid line, okay? The handle's always connected to the bottom part. So when you're laying it flat on the ground, you want to lay it with the handle part down. Never with the handle up here, okay? And if the handle is above this line, then you've got it upside down and things are going to fall out, okay? Now, some latches are just going to latch up. Some trombones have 2 latches, some have 3. Now, some have ones like this, where you lift up the latch, and this part comes down like so, okay? And later on, when you close it, you would lift that back up, and you would push that closed, okay? So after this video, you'll do that, and you'll open up, and you'll see a trombone, okay? Now, you're going to want to keep track of where all the parts are and how they fit into the case, okay? There is going to be a bell, okay? The bell will be pretty obvious which side the bell goes on, but you need to figure out, remember, if it's this way or that way, okay? My bell looks a lot more complex than yours. There's going to be a whole lot of situations like that. I am older and bigger and been playing trombone for a very long time. This is my main instrument, all right? And because of that, I have a more advanced trombone, one that won't be available to you for another couple years, okay? So it's got some extra tubing here, okay? Don't worry about that, all right? But you will have something with a bell and a big thing there. And remember which way it goes in, all right? Then you're also going to have a slide, all right? Now, your slide is always going to need to be locked when you're not doing anything. There's going to be a lock area that when I unlatch that, it comes up and back down. And then I relatch it whenever I'm not using it, so it won't fall off, okay? We don't want it to fall off and fall down. I'll talk about later in a different video what to do if that happens, but definitely want to avoid that, so try and keep that latched, okay? Also keep in mind that there is a bit of a safety issue right here where the slide goes all the way in. You don't want to get part of your hand caught there, and it'll come up and pinch your skin just a little bit right here, okay? I've had a lot of kids get blisters and sometimes even cut because they had their hand in the way and they closed too quick, okay? So you want to make sure your hand is out of the way so this part can go in here right there, okay? And when it's all the way in, There's this lock, so it keeps it locked. Whenever this goes in, you'll see that there is a water key. All right. So whenever you're putting it in your case, the water key should always be up and facing in towards the case. Okay. So if I was this way, this water key, and I put it in up and be facing the wrong way. Okay. Or if I was like this, but I went like that, okay, it'd be going in. This needs to be on top and facing in. Okay, on top and facing in. All right, and that's how that goes in. All right, now some of you will have a spot right where the mouthpiece is and the slide oil is. Some of you will have to open like that, okay, and there will be inside a mouthpiece, which is going to be very, very important. It's going to be the main thing we work on. All right, and you're going to have some oil. I don't have any. I have a different oil than what you have, but you'll have something with like a weird little top there that has oil in it. Now, oil is not good for you to drink, okay? It is clear, but it is not safe for you to drink or get in your eyes or anything, okay? Oil is important in a lot of things. It's important for keeping your doors oiled, and your car needs oil to work, and so does your trombone. Your trombone needs specifically slide oil to keep the slide nice and smooth and easily working. Realize that oil is not good for you. It's good for your trombone and very important for your trombone, but make sure that you are careful and it doesn't get in your mouth or your eyes. So I would leave the slide oil in the case and just leave it be for now. Your trombone should be well oiled at the moment. Leave that in the case, and in a later page we'll talk about what and how to use that slide oil so you can be careful with things. Okay? So the only other thing I want to warn you about is don't put other things in the trombone besides your trombone parts and the slide oil. At most, maybe also a pencil. Okay, sometimes people put a pencil in there, so they always have a pencil ready to write things down that I am teaching you. That's always a good move. But anything else, don't put like your book in here. Okay, the cases you have are not made to hold the book also, and as you close the lid onto the book, it might press and dent certain areas of the trombone, okay? So don't leave your music in the trombone case or anything else besides the trombone, slide oil, and a pencil, okay? Think that's everything you need to know about opening the case. So make sure it's on a flat surface and you're opening it right side up, okay? Make sure you memorize where all the parts go. Do not try to put it together yet. That's in a future video, all right? So do your best, and may the force be with you.